introduce.
Good evening, everybody. Namaskaram, namaste, good evening. Welcome everybody to this wonderful new edition of the NJH Scintillating Saturday webinars. This is the second year. We finished the first year very successfully with the 26th SSMS that just got over last month.
I am very, very proud and very grateful that I have been chosen to do the season 2 NJH webinars, first opening batsman. So we are going to do something very different this time actually. So you don't need to know all this, you know all about me. So we are going to do cases which are not the usual cases. I mean, in the sense, they are not the case which you got and you analyzed it and you got the remedy and you got the result, tarada. Now, all these are cases where I had to really struggle, really change remedies. And two of the cases are quite a few years old and one case is new, but even then I had to struggle to find the remedy. So, there'll be a lot of learning. And what Dr. Pradeep Garge always says, failure. We should give our failures. So this is both failure leading to success. Okay. So this is case 1. A 17-year-old girl came to me with her mother on 4th April 2019. She had thalassemia minor. She was like, when we saw her, she was like a tomboy. Wheatish to very dark patchy complexion and curly kind of hair. Not at all good looking. I'm not trying to be nasty, but she was not. I'll explain to you why I'm saying that. Okay. So she had a problem with her periods. They were regular, 30 days, 3 to 4, no problem. But she used to get a lot of pain for a day. And it had to be, a painkiller had to be taken, better by holding tight and bending double. Aggravated sitting, lying, walking. And she used to get acne, which she really didn't like. Then she had dandruff, thick flakes, very lot of itching, and this complaint remained for a long, long time, even while under treatment, better by cold. Her acne was at the face and the back, but now it is once a month since 2021. Itching, no pain, pus, menses before 1 week, touch aggravates, cold water. And the worst was pigmentation on the neck, nose folds and back, and now since recently 2-3 years also on the groin, axilla, back and thighs. So her skin looked so patchy. And this girl was like, had so much self-esteem and so much pride, and her uncle who had sent her to me actually, he said, I don't know, I don't even talk to her because I don't know what is the pride about. She's neither good looking nor does she talk nicely to her. She comes to my house, doesn't greet me. She goes, she doesn't this thing. So same thing with us. She hardly ever greeted us. Coming back to her complaints, headaches 3 marks thrice a week at temples, supraorbital, worse fasting 3 marks, heat, night, stress, and better by pressure. She also had tonsillectomy, chickenpox earlier. She's 86 and 5'2". So you can imagine, I've already told you about the skin. Then she's a little fat, then she has acne. And they have marks. Then perspiration is also a little foul. She loves spices, 3 marks. Chocolate, aversion to milk. Stools, no problem. Nothing else, any problem, except dreams, that volcano and lava in her house, coming out of her house. So I took that as some form of anxiety. She's terribly irritable and at least once a day shouts on the mother. Cranky, of course, menses before. And with her father, she's little suppressed or doesn't talk much to him. Same with that uncle. She doesn't talk. Not affectionate up front, but yeah, in her own way, she reciprocates affection. She reserved, likes to be alone. Anxiety before exams. Also, before exams, she gets angry with little things, or if there's trouble at home. But she's very neat and clean, organized, perfect about time, can manage things well in the house if she's left to it. And she's protective but not possessive. And as a child, she was quite naughty. Sharp memory, quite intelligent, does well in school, very stubborn, and contradiction cannot bear. You see this often enough. So here is her life story. She was brought home I can understand from this that she was born in 2001, adopted by this current, her not biological, adoptive parents, by this Telugu Brahmin at the age of 1.5 from Bangalore. That time the adoptive parents were in Bangalore. Mother found her in the hospital, abandoned on a hospital bed. So she took her and she's raised her very well, best of her ability. At the age of 4 years, mother told her adoption story in a fairy tale manner. At 4.5, they adopted another boy, and she understood the whole process of how it worked. When the son, means her brother, came, she was very protective of him. At 6 years, she became quite inquisitive about her biological mother. So mother told her that your mother was not well, so she told me to take care of you. Otherwise there are lots of issues. Then they have to go back, then they have to find, then they want to hunt for the mother, and it all disrupts life. It's just actually a short phase. I've seen this in many adoptive children, that it's a very short phase, and it just passes off if nothing is done about it. So as a child, she was very outgoing. By 8 or 9, she started forming too much of her own opinion. So that started disagreements, and then she became socially indifferent because other people also, ignored her. So in the school, people would not take her in. So she's quite overall fearless. She doesn't care if people don't care about her. She can be on her own, cannot tolerate bad taste or bad smell, and gets very angry when she's teaching somebody something. She has to repeat. Then she has to repeat, and she gets very angry. She said the pain was unbearable, more with the flow, and by second day it was better. She says, I like dogs as pet, but cats I don't like. They're only pretty to look at, but not playful. Mother says she does not cry much. Before menses, little bit, she may cry, but she is very lazy. So she is also fastidious. You saw, keeps everything in order. But she is also very lazy and loves hibernation, eating and sleeping. Likes music, dance, comedy and humor. Though I never heard a joke from her at all in all this time that she'd been coming to me. And the most amazing incident, which actually gave us a clue to a remedy, or at least to the group of remedy, she was to go to boarding college. She had finished her 10th, 12th, and she was going to get a nice single AC room. She is very this thing about being there. So we were discussing how best she can utilize and stock the room with hot pot, fruits, dry fruits, which won't get bad. Fruits she can go once a week and buy. Suddenly, this has happened to me only twice in my life. Patient gets up, goes away, left the room. She even went out of the flat. And mother told me she doesn't like instructions and everything. We felt it was very rude and arrogant behavior. What would you think is the remedy? So we gave her platinum. Okay? So we thought this is like a typical, of course, she had all the leadership qualities, and she was rude and abusive and angry and very proud, thought no end of herself, even though it's intelligent, yes, but otherwise not so much to talk home about. So Platina did not help her much, about 20%. So now we didn't know which kingdom, which remedy, we are not very sure, yes. So here we have thought this was, of course, with the cupboard like that, fastidious, she likes order, she wants things, she likes to be alone, she is leader, she likes to lead groups from a small age. So we had thought, yes, it fits the mineral kingdom. So it was very interesting. The kingdom was not clear, but definitely very sixth row. Dominating leader, rude. She would write her symptoms, it was very funny. The whole episode, all the episodes with her are very funny. So she would write her symptoms down, and mother had to come and read them. So when I would ask her for a follow-up, she would look commandingly at the mother, like that, commandingly. Not like a, falsetto or not like a small child saying, Mom, please help me, now please say I can't say. Her look was not of a fearful child, but of a boss. So that and that final crux when she walked out on advice made me think of really Platina. So row 6, fastidious, neat, so mineral. To me, she looked like Platina, helped a little, but not much. So we reviewed. Then again we came to, said, okay, she is also in the sixth subclass in plants. And Natswamika is also king of plants. And she feels, she doesn't show it, but when the friends rejected her, she felt and then moved from being lot of company she liked to being alone. Again, Natswamika helped a little bit. She, these two remedies helped a lot, in that way that she became more forthcoming, little more polite to us, and would talk about her health. Otherwise, she thought, a waste of time every time we would run through all this thing. So then I reworked the case. I've reworked so many times. So for the fourth time, by now I was clear that it was a predator animal. Any idea which animal? So here is the animal chart. Can you all see it? So here you have, of course, invertebrates and vertebrates. She's of course definitely a vertebrate with properly developed nervous system. And then here is the predator. So predator. Here is the predator. Which animal would you think? Any kind of suggestion? If they write in the chat box, somebody please tell me, okay? Can I move? So, I took contradiction, ailments from aggravates. When I just took plain contradiction, it did not, okay, intolerant of, it didn't have the remedy. So, delusions laughed at being, she thinks, and music ameliorates, dictatorial venal, company aversion to now, and solitude desire for. She wants to fight. She is quite unsympathetic to, we saw to her friends and all. She just left them. She was unsympathetic to us also, taking so much trouble to make her well. Anger ailments from also, she doesn't like. But she's sympathetic to her staff, her servant. So mother will say, even on the road, the beggar, she wants to give something. Or for the servant, if she feels that the husband is not treating her well, she'd like to do something. And the craving for spices, we only physically we took. Which remedy you think will come up? Anything on the chat? Anybody? Can I move?
Somebody mentioned cat.
Okay, which cat?
They haven't mentioned, just cat. Sepia.
Okay. Okay, sepia. What else?
So far, only these, ma'am.
So you agree with these rubrics or you want some more? Because I have done the working, for with 50 rubrics also. Lots of working I've done. So all this is as a Gina Chuna, the Gina Chuna rubrics. Okay, so here it is. So here you have Aurum, which again is the sixth row. Then you have Natswamika, again sixth row, and Lac Leolinum. Can you see how it covers this whole thing? Even in the others, many lacs were coming, but not Lac Leoninum, because we have to take sometimes try and use different. Now, who can see that contradiction aggravates won't have it, but contradiction, intolerant of may have it. So you have to look at everything and then take root. Sometimes I take that contradiction, 3-4 of them, and see where it lands. So they always tell me I take too many rubrics. 35 is the minimum I take. Yeah. So here, Lac Leoninum. You have anything against it? We know it is a leader. We know it is proud. We know it is this thing. So here, 1920 we did Platina Natswamika. Enough amelioration for her to keep coming back to us. But that's about it. Then 2020 I shifted to Lac Leoninum. We have been giving it to almost for a year. She's all better. She's cooperative. Really the biggest breakthrough. Menses is normal. Pains are normal. Pigmentation is very, very much better except for a little bit. So at L2, which means 80% better. So we are still continuing at once a month or so. So I present to you this very satisfying case. And here the importance of understanding correspondence in the three kingdoms. So the correspondence is what? Nut vomica, platina, lac leoninum, all in the same row. Yeah, same understanding, the same mental state, pride and aggressive and irritable and angry and dominating. So let's look at the big cats. So thank you for whoever said cat. She said she likes dogs but not cats. They're pretty to look at. Maybe she is jealous, no? Because she knows basically in her heart that she's not pretty, but she gives that aura of I don't care. So cat generally display charming personality, not there in this patient, but now she's getting there. This charm is blessed with a certain amount of ferocity when it comes to the greater cats like tiger and lion. Big cats' personalities project an exuberant aura. Okay, aura. The spelling is wrong. It's AURA of power, authority, and elegance. They will they will often jest during the interview and fire, back chat the instant they are asked intimidating questions. They don't like it. So this power is unmistakably and cannot go unnoticed. There is a feeling of responsibility. She took care of the staff and all, and taking care of others, and being in a group in all humans needing a cat.
At the same time as you
Yeah.
right?
That's the video.
Huh?
My husband wants to know how it comes on the screen.
No, I don't. I just want to know how come you are talking and she is talking.
I'm talking, so this is the video showing in that.
Is that you?
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. ओए ओए हेलो हेलो आप लोग बाहर जा सकते हो close the door. So simultaneously she shows a tremendous need for own space, independence and authority. They have a high sense of responsibility towards their own family, friends and employees. Patient was sympathetic to staff. Just as big cats in nature receive parental care and mammal milk, these cases often talked about having been privileged with good family support. She didn't talk so much because she was not got the milk and all. Most cat individuals like to be close to nature, love to go on trek. She has now joined some nature things she ever told me. There are several nature reserves and national parks in the countryside, and we have noted that big cat individuals tend to spend their holidays in the reserves as a passion of hobby spotting the big cats in the wild. They are extremely efficient predators at the top of the food chain. It is almost a rule in their habitat that once they reach full adulthood, they have no predators. It follows that they are like power, a leader, being at the top and extreme superiority compared to everyone else. So we know here where they stand. There's no mistaking them. So individuals of needing cat remedies, big cat remedies, often express supremacy, authority, power through body language, gestures, posture, behavior, and talk. We saw all this, no, in her. This can be subtle, no, in hers it was not subtle, it was quite overt, but it has the quality of demanding respect from people. After that, we were wary now of giving her any advice or anything. We just towed the line, kind of. So their authority, whether subtle or obvious, is that they get respect they deserve or desire. So big cat can look like row 6 remedies because of their topmost position, close to Platina aurum. Lac leoninum, with his arrogance and need to delegate tasks and show off, can look like Platina, known for haughtiness and ego. It compares to column 12 in its anger and destructiveness as well. Now, if you compare it with compare it here with the jaguar, then this leoninum has immense control, fear of making slightest mistake for his power, but mainly compares to column 11. Jaguar, more like platinum and orange, but leopard looks like more like osmium. So I'm just trying to tell you that there are a lot of correspondence. I'm not trying to teach you anything because this takes a lot of time to learn and we'll maybe do something about it. But I'm just telling you how nice it is. And you know, if this remedy doesn't work, then what is the correspondence various other kingdom? Because you may have missed. So we have also seen that it is not so easy always to be there on the dot in even kingdoms are concerned. So lions are robust cats, the second largest in the felidae group. Males and females distinguished by the appearance. The male has this beautiful mane and makes him look much larger. This intimidates rivals and impresses the females because he has to impress the females. They do all the work. The lioness is smaller and lack this long hair around the head. The fur of theirs is yellow-orange to dark brown and the tail end is little darker. So the lioness is the one who hunts. He does nothing. We saw in the girl, she's lazy. She's also fastidious, so she works. But she's also lazy and laid back and likes to sleep. So lioness hunt in a coordinated group by encircling a herd or approaching an animal simultaneously from different angles. The attack is powerful. The male stays back, watches over the young, bigger. Then the bigger kills are dragged to the pride. The male, of course, eats first. The man of the house. Then after he's had his fill, then the dominant female. And then whatever is left over is for the remaining mother and cubs. So following the meal, there's a time to rest. This can last for days if the catch was a large one and he ate well. So lions are the only cats that live in a group. We know the cat, normal cat, how it is isolated and all. So the need for company in this individual is very strong. Patient also liked company earlier, you remember? But then arrogance drove away her friends. And they have the quality of dependence and submissiveness. We didn't see it in her. Lion individuals love to have group of followers around them, yes men, who give in to their whims and fancies. They are also very good at allocating, works, because that is their job as a leader. Their role is to supervise others, and they can be sometimes charmingly good as a boss or aggressive. They can make good leaders as they have dominating authority and extremely good at getting work done. The two most important qualities of a leader. They are extremely competitive, like to be at top, do not tolerate contradiction. We saw it in the girl, rivals or contemporaries. So you will ask me, why did I not come to Lac Leoninem in 2019? I didn't know it. I didn't know so much. I didn't know Lac Leon. I didn't know the animal kingdom so much. So the thing is, you have to keep studying and learning and studying and learning. That's what NJH, the issue does, and NJH webinars. So they come across as powerful, strong, but lazy individual, large ego and self-esteem. They also desire to fight injustice on behalf of those who are weaker, like servants, since they feel that they are responsible to protect them like a king. The miasm is syphilis. Lac Leo and Lac Lupinum look similar, but difference is Lac Leo, there is an arrogance in how they treat subordinates and think they are invincible, but Lac Lupinum demands respect, not arrogance, because they still depend on the group, though they feel in a high position. They have a lurking fear of being disliked or being thrown out. People in high positions have to be constantly alert because it's like a hot stove. Somebody said that. And they have to be powerful to hang on to it. Can you put off the mic for the other people, please? Lac Leo will have entourage of people following because it's so that's it. Any questions? Anybody who doesn't agree with the remedy? It finally cannot not agree because the proof of the pudding is in the eating. And she is so much better. I wish I could show you pictures and how she looks. Yes. Somebody is talking. Are there any questions? In the chat, Rama, anything?
No, nobody so far, ma'am. I think you can proceed.
Okay. So case 2, okay? Another case which is like this only. Yeah, rings you out, okay?
Dr. Patel, can you please mute your mic?
Male, 49. He's done his MBA and PhD chemistry and currently working as vice president in a private firm. So again, we think, oh, he's like the Lord and Master. He's like the king. And we'll find out that he's not. So wife 46 is a homemaker. Mother 71, she had BP, thyroid, cholesterol. Father passed away in 2005 with an MI. Brother 47 is orthopedic surgeon in UK. So the problem started with two things. He was transferred to Delhi, Gurgaon really, but prior to taking up that post, they had COVID and all that. So that had really shocked him. So now that COVID period is over, but before joining his new post in Delhi, he visited his sister's house in Mumbai and asked for an appointment on emergency basis because he was having panic attacks. Since April 2021, he's suffering from anxiety and fear, sleeplessness, can't sleep at all. He's shocked and he's anxious. So all his complaints started after he contracted COVID in March 2020. He couldn't believe, how can my family, I who am so great, so good, so fantastic, get COVID? He kept saying, I'm so good at everything is perfect, my job, my family. And now because of my COVID-19, I'm not able to focus, concentrate, and the fear is that I will lose my job. So lot of anxiety. He said, I was perfect, I am everybody who looked up to me.
Is you upset, right?
Hello. Hi. My family loves me. They can't even give me up for 2 hours. Terrible. So patient says, I love my job and work, and whatever I am today is because of my hard work. Patient is in the same company for the last 23 years and has been an example for all his colleagues. He was very happy wherever he was earlier. Now he's transferred. This has added to his fear and anxiety of having been let down by the COVID. So he has hypertension and thyroid, hypothyroid. He's taking medicine. In 2007, he had increased blood pressure due to which he had a stroke. Left side was paralyzed, which improved with physiotherapy. Currently also he has some stiffness and weakness left. Every time he exercises he feels better, but it is there. So he's 5'11", 83. Perspiration only on exertion, mild foul odor, yellow staining and white. Stool 3 times a day, 2 a.m. morning and evening. Craving is sweet, salty, spicy. Nothing very thin, thermally chilly. Sleeplessness and dreams rarely. So patient wants to regain his glory. That is his title. That is his aim. He's friendly, jolly, likes to socialize. Not normally, loves company. And now he's unable to balance it out. He's in a confused state of mind. Very angry easily. If someone shouts, gives it back, does not keep quiet. Contradiction aggravate. Physically can fight, but will not start the fight. Confrontation averse. Brooding. Brooding is a lot. Stays longer and longer. Patient says he knows how to control a handle, but now I cannot. I'm as if trapped. Leader, guide, problem solver. But now I can't do any of it. I want to get my glory back. Not very expressive in his emotions and affection. Spendthrift, bold, talks straight off. Fear of losing his glory, I told you. Anxiety meetings and exam before. Anxiety time when set. perfectionist, organized, likes things, plans, and if doesn't work as per his plan, gets irritated and shows his displeasure by talking bluntly or harsh words. So again, we take perfectionist, organized, da 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 da. So is it mineral king? So he's the eldest son of two boys. Normal delivery. Parents live in Uttar Pradesh. Father is a GP and mother a homemaker. Childhood was very good. Patient was pampered. He was quite good academically, so he was a good student. So the parents loved him. HSC did well. Wanted admission in IIT, did not get. So he did MSc, MSc, and B. So that failure also suffered depression, had sleepless nights, but settled in a week on his own. As a child, he was scared of his father, but close to his mother. Tell her everything, even till now. Okay, all these are important things. So, what are the rubrics? You have any idea? First, I do rubrics. If I can't decide, I think it is mineral kingdom, so I do rubrics. So, here. You all want to add anything, please do. Fear from fight, fear, frightened easily, responsibility elements from now, company desire for boaster, braggart, wishes to be considered as a boaster, as very good, boisterous, outgoing, anxiety trifles about, anxiety future about, anticipation, elements from anticipation. I told you I take 2 or 3 of the same type of rubric. Confidence now, want of self, food and drinks, he likes whatever, he's fond of food. Condiments, spicy, he likes. Perspiration profuse, winter aggravates, he's chilly. Failure ailments from, paralysis left side and one-sided hemiplegia he had, I took that. What do you think we'll get? So this patient, let me tell you, with all this, he wanted to talk to me as if he's my only patient. I had to talk to him 24/7, sometimes 3 times a day, definitely once a day. And he said, what's happening? I'm not better. I'm not better. So it was as if, he was like, one wand will come and he will become okay. He's already been having it for 2 months. How can it become okay like that? But he wants it. So which is the remedy in the Materia Medica which you think of immediately? Which it says, what is the rubric for that? Anybody write it in the chat, please. A very famous rubric.
Somebody has answered lachesis.
Okay, lachesis is the remedy. I want that rubric. So lachesis, yeah, it is snake, but he has not done anything bad to it. So is it an animal? We'll have to think. So the rubric I'm talking about is carried wants to be fast. And which are the remedies in that? Come on, come on, come on. Anybody wrote, Rama? Okay. So here we have the repertory chart.
Somebody said frivolous and fastidious.
Which one?
Frivolous.
Frivolous. We can add that. Okay. So here we have the rubrics and the remedies: lycopodium, calcarea, natramute, sulfur, naxomica, veratrum, phosphorus, arsenic, pulsatilla. So now the rubric is carried wants to be fast. So carried wants to be fast is only there in veratrum and arsenic. Okay. So I thought this much anxiety, where he wants all the attention to himself. I've had many arsenic patients like that. I did another case in 2-3 SSMSs before, and he used to send bulletins of how many loose motions he got, as if nobody had any better thing to do. 4, now 4 o'clock, now it's 5 o'clock. So it was very frustrating with the family. And arsenic, he was a jeweler, if you remember. Some of you may have attended. Very good case. He's been better till now all these years. So I thought arsenic, mineral, is fastidious. So yeah, so give him arsenic. So I have the remedy. I didn't quite have the kingdom. So his need to be attended to immediately. Panic 3 times a day. When will I get well? Boastful, organized, carried, desires to be, wants to be obeyed. Now fear of falling, failing, that he will go to this new job, people will look at him and not, revere him as much as before. because he's confused, he can't take decisions and so on. So in the mineral chart, it comes to the left side column, and arsenic is in the 15th row, which is on the left side, right? Right? So he wants relief like a magic wand. So I went from repertory actually and to the materia medica. I gave him arsenic, minimal relief. So let's look at the chart again. Okay, so just next to arsenic is pulsatilla with the same number of rubric and covers quite a lot. So really speaking, is he a mineral or plant? Because if you look at how sensitive he is, that he is looking about, if anybody is observing him, how will they think of him? He wants good opinion. He feels sensitive if they feel that they are laughing at him. You know, when I saw him on video in the office, because I take follow-up sometimes, and he was in office, he would be constantly looking, is anybody, hearing, because that's not good for my image. So then we thought it is plant, and pulsatilla came high. I depend a lot on repertory also. So it was definitely not the others. And then where is the pulsatilla? It is in the first subclass. Okay, so I thought that was better because he wanted to be held, he wanted to think, he wanted subclass 1, which is like more not here, there, wants to be clinging. So I thought Ranunculaceae family and pulsatilla was a good choice. So I gave you. I told you, I'm very stupid. I'm giving all wrong remedies. Yes? So plant and pulsatilla, just next to arsenic. He wants to be held, so subclass 1. So I gave him pulsatilla. What do you think will happen? Nothing much. So here is the chart for you. So you can see here Ranunculaceae here. So it didn't do much. He said he's much better, office is good, but 2 colleagues are not good, they are jealous of me. I did some healing processes also with him, that helped also. Now you're sleeping 10:30 to 3:30, so it was better than before when there was no sleep. And then he said thoughts, and then I'm not getting up fresh, and then please help me, and I'm drowsy till 9 a.m. And I feel I'm so lost. And except for the first night when pulsatilla 1M helped me so much, I have to repeat it once a week. Okay. So now he says he's much better, but we know he's not much better because he's still talking to me every day. He's still saying, please help me, saying that I am lost. So I'm saying yes, it is the plant kingdom. It is subclass 1. Till 40% better, he is. So it is subclass 1, but he's just not able to have any contradiction. He wants to be protected and helped, like a child. And earlier stages than the school age. Pulsatilla school age, adolescence, so on. So a little bit later age. And this was a little bit earlier age. Yeah, you understand? So I took reference work since the repertory was not giving me. I took drowsy in the same remedy. You know, reference work is another in MAC repertory. No? It's another program. So drowsy in the same remedy as indecisive, in the same remedy as lost, in the same remedy as indecisive, in the same remedy as panic, confused and clinging. So whichever I thought were the most important things I took. So I got 66 remedies. Now if I look at pulsatilla and I look at which are the other remedies in the row, in the subclass 1, there's Staphysagree of course because it's the same family as pulsatilla. And then very little else except Nux MOSCHATA. Can you see that? All the others are more mineral and so on and so forth. Can you see? Okay. Just for you. So Nux MOSCHATA comes right up here. So this is more like, in a child. So I said he's lost, he's confused. Nux MOSCHATA, what is the most important rubric? That feels lost, forgets well-known streets. But I said, nuts MOSCHATA is heavy, deep, stupid sleep. And this fellow can't sleep, but I took the location saying sleep. So said, okay, no problem, at least the location is correct. And in this field of world of work, he's feeling lost. So I gave him nuts MOSCHATA, BD for 2 days. By 14/7, he says he's 75% better. And we'll get increment tomorrow. God is kind. I can take decisions, but slow. And I cannot, so many things I cannot do, but it is better. By 28/8, he's saying 80% better. He's sleeping 6 times a week till 5 o'clock or so. Decision he takes, sometimes right, sometimes wrong. So he has 2 problems. His long-term plans for the week, means for the week. Day plan he can do. Today what I'll do, he can plan. But for the week or for the month, he cannot do. Earlier he used to be able to do everything. So he's really dropped. He has to plan hierarchy of the organization from top to bottom. This takes time and I cannot do it. So issues are still at a very high level. And in this new place, I like by some people and some are jealous. So my concern is my focus. Still, can you make it better? I feel low occasionally. And can you please look at, you're not even looking at my left side pulling pain. I had paralysis so many years ago. Can you please do something? So yeah, we'll do something. Okay. So we did nuts MOSCHATA 0/7. What is the equivalent in this thing? Millisiemen for 1M is 7, right? 0/7. So we gave him 1M every week and nuts MOSCHATA 0/7 daily. By 28th September, he's much better. There's some impact on the left side also and the weakness also. So you have to be not happy with your 40% better. You can say it's only a short time, it is only 2 months, it'll take time. But you can see how intense his problem is, how much he's troubling you. Really, it troubled us a lot, okay? Even now, today also, he said, doctor, now he's in Gurgaon. He's saying, doc, can I come and meet you? Is it required to come to Bombay to meet you? Yeah, come. Because if you say no, he'll say, why you don't want to see me? So nuts MOSCHATA is, as you know, is nutmeg. It's an aquatic plant, commonly found in shallow waters, marked tendency to fainting fits with heart failure, cold extremities, extreme dryness of mucous membranes in skin, strange feeling with irresistible drowsiness, general inclination to become unconscious during acute attacks, staggers on trying to walk. So these flowers in Greek and Italian represent purity, innocence and chastity. In Buddhism, they are used for enlightenment. So you see, it is in the first subclass, which is not here. You know, the first subclass of plant kingdom is not here. They have just come into the world from outside. They're quite not yet settled. So, you know, all this enlightenment, religiosity, all belongs to the first subclass. So need for spirituality, find it difficulty in integrating physical and sexual, animalistic planes with it. Being naive, they can have indiscriminate sex because whoever they like, people say, but they remain innocent. They say he wanted to, so I agreed. We do not know why we had sex. So kind of a sexual innocence. They are naive people with deep emotional wounds caused by past sexual abuse. But naive people will take advantage and then leave them. So they feel very hurt. They want to heal as adults by striving to create purity in the world, fighting against pornography and so on. But there is a deep fear of sex and other things. Dreams are lurid, lascivious, voluptuous, uncontrollable laughter, so hysterical behavior during menses. So, in conclusion, characterized by dullness, difficulties, comprehension, self-expression, sleepiness or sleeplessness, as we saw here, weakness and hysteria. The ego is not solid enough to deal with it. So, the mind is changeable, laughing, crying, confused and impaired memory, bewildered sense as in a dream, thinks he has 2 heads. Here we saw one personality which has gone down to this. So we have to get his glory back. Disconnected sensation in the head that feels like swimming or floating. So today, what have we done so far? We have taken cases we did not get the remedy in one shot, maybe in 3 attempts. Now we have understood that constant monitoring, evaluation is the name of the game. For this, we constantly need to update our knowledge. We have to also learn correspondence of a remedy in the other kingdom. The world has really opened up for us in homeopathy, that we can do this correspondences. We have patients, all of us at senior level, we have patients who have been with us for years and years. And sometimes we wonder why they are still with us. They may be getting little better, plus we give them support and all that. But we know that we've not done, the best for them. So we have to constantly update our knowledge. This is all that this is all about, okay? So animal kingdom, we saw the aggressive domination. Plant kingdom, we saw the sensitivity and reactivity. What will people think? I want people to think well of me. Worried about others' opinions. So now we've done 2. So we know it has to be mineral. But it is not easy. We have to grapple at it a lot. So all 3 cases show how much we struggle. After 44 years, I struggle still. So if you all struggle, you all are very good. Eventually, we get fantastic results. So that is the only important goal that we have. Any comments so far? Are you all enjoying it? Not enjoying it? Please, that you can write in the chat. Rama, Fatima, anybody writing anything?
People
Ma'am,
had
I
come
don't know
to-
about you, but I am enjoying.
we are all enjoying it.
Thank you.
People had come to Camomilla Ars, Me versus Corona, Animal Kingdom.
Yes.
So far. Engrossing, fantastic, enjoying, great learning, ma'am. These are the comments coming in.
Thank you. Okay.
Thank you.
All we want to do is awaken you to, what are the opportunities, what are the things we should do, and how to get along with, and not to be faced by failures. That is the whole purpose of showing you. Who shows you like these cases where you have one remedy, second remedy, third remedy, and still you're failing, and then you say, but no, today we decide like that. Today we are going to review this film. So case 3. She is 44 years old and came to us in 2012 originally.
Please mute everybody. Please mute. We'd like to listen to Dr. Vishpala. Thank you.
She's a Brahmin lady married to a chartered accountant. Parents live in Chennai and elder brother is 40. So 2 children. She has son 19 and daughter 30. So 12, when she came to us, she had come for complaints of pain radiating to the cramps in the legs, which was better by lycopene. She went away. Later, 2016, she got nose block, right more than left. And we thought right more than left, same lycopodium will work, okay. So, feels irritation in the throat, suffocated, clean discharge in the morning, white in the afternoon. So this I always think of pulsatilla when it comes like that. But anyway, we gave her lycopodium. And then she was diagnosed with nasal polyps and she was on allopathy off and on. So she would come sometimes and not much. We gave lycopodium, no better. Finally, 2019, that is 2 years ago, November, she came to us after getting a nail polyp surgery done, no relief. Now she said, I will only continue homeopathy since she has lost her smell, taste completely, even after the surgery. So roundabout way, na? Idhar se nahi pakda, udhar se. So nose block, right nostril. Throat pain, aggravated empty swelling. No taste, no smell every day. Occasional wheezing, needs inhalers. Feel as if the phlegm is stuck. She always says it is stuck, it is stuck. Cough on lying and at night. Sneezing. She is 5'4", 69 kilos. Perspiration profuse. More, not more. More on the head, wrenching. Have to change clothes thrice in a day, especially in humid weather. Palms are wet and cold. Tongue is napped. loose stools on anxiety. LOOS. Appetite very good. If like something will overeat. She has craving for salt, sweet, salt has to be exact, spicy, so. Thermally she is hot. So menopause in 2019, menorrhagia since 2011 till she stopped. Menses before, attention in the hip as if shooting pain. Pain in the lower abdomen with incontinence of urine, better by pressure. Sex life, she said, very rare, once in 2 months. Both husband and I have become spiritual. Now you say spiritual, so it should be column 1, subclass 1, no? Obstetric history, I already told you. 2 did not want a child, 3rd child, so they had an abortion. So G3. Both pregnancies full-term normal. Sleep is disturbed, unrefreshing dreams of God. Again makes you think of subclass 1. Or snake with hood and snake chasing her. Floods. So there's a lot of anxiety. A girl child was beaten up in college, so she had this fear of kidnapping for the daughter. Angered easily, irritable, shouts, affectionate, fear something bad will happen, what will happen, fear disease or fear future or fear cancer or many fears. Past history, she says she likes adventure. I have not seen anything like that. Anxiety trifles about, anticipatory anxiety with sweating in the palms, worries a lot about safety of her children. She worries a lot about her children. So clinging. She never came to the clinic without her husband. Never. And I particularly found it very funny because my husband never comes with me to any doctor. So I found it particularly funny. And he always comes and she'll look at him. When was your period? She'll look at him for confirmation about her menses date, about what she cooked, what she likes to cook, all that. So very dependent we could see, but we didn't realize how much. So cleanliness desires, fastidious. She loved Bharatanatyam. She used to like company. Now 2 years COVID and all, so not very fond. Like a lot of people in the house. Talks continuously, jumps from one topic to another. She's never sure or satisfied. After our full long follow up, she's bound to call Dr. Fatima or Dr. Zeba saying, I forgot to tell doctor this, or this. Can you explain this to me? Never. She has never not called. Okay. So you can see clinging how much she is. She was born in Tamil Nadu. Father was an officer with State Bank. She completed a BSc in Madurai. Then 92 she married to this chartered accountant in Chennai. 93 first child was born. And then 2014 lot of anxiety about health and family. Brother whom she quite lent on, not bothered about parents, so she is worried. Husband is very supportive. He is my pillar patient. 2016 son met with the accident, had hip joint dislocation. Very anxious, he cried loudly. She likes hugging, husband does not so much, so she will withdraw. She needs support physically. Now finding a perfect match for a son, so lot of stress. She's so many girls. What kind of a girl she wants for a son? Educated, within the community, family oriented, spiritual, humble, nice, not greedy, helpful, affectionate, knows about. Something basically like her, okay? So no change. She wants same. Nowadays, people have become very money-minded. They ask about boys' income and how, and everything first, and then how the boy is. So girls have become very demanding. One girl came wearing such atrocious clothes. They at least should be nicely mannered and well-dressed. She hates men due to the kind of behavior they have towards women, especially in auto rickshaw or they comment. So in July of 2021, we had already given a lot of remedies. Of course, in 2 years, you will give a lot of remedies if there's not enough improvement. Okay? So, after that, lots of remedies. We said, how will we get, because husband doesn't say too much. And nowadays, of course, for 1.5 years, they are not even coming. He's not coming, so we can ask him. So daughter, who is also our patient, we said, we want to talk to you about the mother. So she said, she's really clingy. I may be doing work, but any simple thing like what to make now, or shall I buy carrots or buy tomatoes, every single small thing she will ask. She doesn't take a single decision on her own. She needs advice for small things, what to cook, where to go, how to go. She wants to do things for everybody. Now father died 4 months ago, so she brought her mother here. Already mother-in-law's with her. Plus COVID, so son, daughter, husband, all are together. So now she's feeling the stress of it. But she wants to do it. She likes to keep all happy. She wants nobody to fight, everything to be sober, everything in order, no change. Status quo must be maintained. Son has brought a new dog, but he protects her. She's very happy and she cuddling. Now with so many people in the house, she wants little more organized. So daughter and son will move to another flat which they own, so that she has only the old people to look after. And then she will phone the daughter instead of asking her in her room. She will phone her. So what do you think? Anybody, anything? Anything on the chat, Rama, Fatima?
No, ma'am.
Not as yet.
Okay, Pulsatilla.
Calicarb, Pulsatilla calicarb.
Okay.
Psychotic.
So Pulsatilla is plant and Calicarb is mineral.
Calcarea carb, 2 people.
Calcarea is also one safe and protection. But Calcarea is row 4.
Lachesis.
Lachesis. Where does she jealous? Where does she want to kill anybody? Where does she want to hit anybody? Except for loquacity, we can't find anything so much. She wants
Pulsatilla.
Pulsatilla likes cuddling. Yeah, but as we saw in the previous one, Pulsatilla comes in running place. Here again, we can see that she is a child. She is in the earlier stages. She is not in school age, adolescence, and young adult. That is where the ranunculacy lies. Remember?
Plant Lilium tigrinum Baraita carb.
Okay, very good. Okay, so Baraita carb is good. So here we said mineral. We already know third case has to be mineral. So because in structure she wants no change. Things must move smoothly. She wants to be protected and status quo. So it is on the left side. Which row? Protected, safe, tingling, no change. So it is boom. Row 2, safe, secure. And column 2. So Baraita is also column 2. Calcarea is also column 2. So we have column 2, we have row 2, which is a remedy. Remedy. Okay, so here is the mineral chart. So
Beryllium.
Yes, very good. So here we have the mineral chart and we can see that it is here, right in the womb, wants to be put. She doesn't want any change. She doesn't want to move from there. She wants to be safe and secure. See, as soon as you are in second, you want to be like that, second column. You go to the third, boron wants to move. It will move in the womb stage. Yes, it will move. I have to get out. Beryllium is quite happy. 9 months, 10 months, 11 months, you keep her there, she'll be quite happy. Can you see? And so you all said Calcarea, you all said Baraita. So very good. You see, column 2. They all want to be status quo. You see this chart with again Mahesh Kanti is made with even the ages. Can you see it? So the remedy is?
Somebody wants to know how to differentiate lithium with it, with beryllium.
So lithium is so scared, doesn't want to move at all. So much anxiety. We gave lithium also actually once. But it doesn't want to move. It is just too scared to even venture anywhere. Beryllium at least is doing, as long as it's safe and protected, it can do in that same space, it will move. Lithium won't even move. Okay? And so much anxiety. So we tried multiple remedies, Solanaceae, Pulsatilla, Lipoaconite. Finally, we reworked and beryllium. So till then, what has happened in 2 years? Obviously, she's better. Otherwise, she won't come to us for 2 whole years. No? So she would the smell which had completely gone with the surgery, it came back, but it would keep going away every month or every 15 days. And she would say, "Oh, my smell is again gone and my taste is again gone." Then we'll give her something and it will come back. Then she says, "Come back," and she's very happy and so on. Now, in this first follow up, after the beryllium, she said she's much better. In 10 days, she got her smell and taste back, very happy, and it stayed for 1 year. So we gave SL. Second follow up, for a day, 1 day, the smell and taste had gone, but she got it back the next day. Wheezing too is much better. No pain. We repeated beryllium because it had gone. Third follow up, 2-10-21. Phlegm is still stuck in the throat. Discharge has increased, but it is now transparent. Smell and taste only went once in all this time for 1 hour. And now she is not so anxious. She feels confident. She is not thinking. She is taking decisions. Can we clap? We felt really happy because we were all these patients we were really a little bit tired of because they are our constant phone call people, constant. So all these phone call people really trouble. So why not animal or plant? Can handle things better, get intimidated. She does not cry or get affected easily. And definitely she's not animal. She's not bossy and she's not overpowering other people. This is all structure. She's not so sensitive about even, except that she has to do. She has to do for the mother. So she has brought her in. So do you want her to be less sensitive or do you want to be more capable? More capable. So we are talking about structure. So very tired, weakness, emotional crisis, very basic childhood, basic issues of life not provided. I cannot manage me. There is a baby in me which has never been taken care of. Safe, but not calcarea. Calcarea at least will venture, go out, do things, and it is under work call. And to be held, it is lithium line, which is wound. But lithium won't move at all from its place. She did not say love, she said take care. Calcarea, if you ask child name, they will whisper in the mother's ear, then mother will answer. So here she will to be under the shadow, protective. Then too will function under somebody. He will do whatever father tells him to do. He'll follow father, and father dies, then follow the brother. But here her brother didn't take responsibility. They cannot assert own individually or take their own place. They cannot be alone, empty, they feel heavy and like falling into pieces. She said, daughter not helping, then I cannot manage. Alone, things that is really wonderful, lively and good, well handled. That's what she doesn't want. She wants help. Totally helpless is very rare. To take care of my interests. She's so at the beginning of life. I want them to listen. If they do not protect me, I feel horrible. I feel my need is taken care of. Beryllium state actually is the most beautiful stage of life experience. You're just there, somebody's looking after you, you're blissful, you know that nothing will be happen to you, you're safe, you're secure, and you don't have to move at all. You don't even have to get out of labor. So, social phobia, beginning of toddler stage, all that here, beryllium, calcarea, baryta. Protected and safe. What do you feel? To be held physically and be safe is what I like. I want to be respected. Here she had lot of security issues of money to take care of my children. I need to protect them, to manage their difficulties. Foodie. And she's also if others are humiliated, like the Palestinian women and cruelty to women, she can't bear. She wants everybody to be in a safe, nice world. Magnesium feels abandoned, same. Second column. Safe and protect a womb or home, and we have to differentiate all these remedies. So she is peaceful like the Buddha. The baby is still in the womb. It's a fully developed baby, very dependent. Baby is not separating. No labor pains come on. She wants sameness, doesn't want change. Scared to be separate. I'm in the womb. I can move around. I cannot imagine without being in the womb. So this happens when child is going to school or college, from school to college. Doesn't know what will happen, would rather be here. He wants to be in the passive state where someone is taking care. So passive, uncertain and yielding type. Uncertain, yielding, can't defend own space, weak, helpless, social phobia, very shy. They avoid and fear to take responsibility. Here she is, you will say that she's doing work now, she's cooking for everybody, but she's not taking the responsibility. She's asking what to cook, then making it. So it's just like she's following instruction. Weak, helpless, inferior, and vulnerable. They feel as if not allowed being who they are, they don't know. They don't know what they need. They have to be told what they need and then they happily do it. They would rather evade a problem than face it. The third column wants to face it. So the boron says, no, I will go out. I will start labor. I will go out and start the process. Very shy, they avoid contact with others, fear to take responsibility without help. They leave their decision on experts. They are unable to take it on their own. They don't feel up to the mark. Till school did well. I studied and all praised me, but then higher college, I had a breakdown, as I cannot, imagine this open life with no protection. Magical thinking, that Palestinian women, everybody will become okay. Afghanistan, the problem will all go away. Women will be safe. So speech slow without any assertion, adaptable, passive. So beryllium has fear of change. They stick to routines, fear of new things. Even trifles seem difficult. Scanty resources to deal with basic issues of life. Meditation, no ego, humble. That's why they can keep asking, There's no ego. Otherwise, somebody will feel, I already asked that. What will they think of me? No, she has no problem. She'll keep asking. Great fear to separate and live on her own. So she told the son and this one to go and live. The flat is only nearby. Can take a lot of abuses from his employer because fear of losing job. Fear of losing that support. Likes meditation because caves in the Himalayas are also the womb. So their fears are of high places, ghosts, closed spaces, animals. In lithium, you get acute panic type of helplessness and feeling of total loneliness. In beryllium, there is more of lack of confidence rather than panic, unsure about themselves.
Yes.
Is it clear the difference between lithium and beryllium? One is column 1, one is column 2. So beryllium in brief, the baby is still in the womb, very dependent, baby is not separating, no labor pain, desire for sameness, don't want change, scared to be separated. I can move around in the womb, but I can't imagine without the womb. So uncertain and yielding. So what have we learned today? To try and try again till we get perfect. Keep studying, keep learning, keep checking on the progress of our patient, keep seeing if we are on the right track or we need to change. Anything else we learned today? What else? You want to chat? You want to keep it open? We have some time for questions. You have questions?
Somebody said, which pharmaceutical company manufactures supplies you reliable stock of these remedies in the said potency?
Yeah, actually, it's Helios, but there are a lot of people, Helios in England, in London, but a lot of people in India are importing, and then giving it to you. There is in Pune, Baheti. Here also, Roy has quite a few drugs. Then Mangalore, St. George's has quite a few drugs. So nowadays it's become very open. Earlier we had a lot of difficulty, but now as more and more people are practicing all these type of things, lot of remedies have come. Okay, what other? So can anybody say that they will be able to use one of these remedies? Because I learn a lot from cases, even listening to my module, psychiatric module. I listen to a case and it always strikes me that that patient could be it. Then I read it more and then give it. So I constantly like to listen to cases. I feel cases, at least that whole picture you get of the case, and it may be similar to a patient of yours. So, it may help. So, every time if I feel that I listen to one lecture for 2 hours also, if I can get that much, one patient solved, then my time, my money, everything is worth it, right?
So there is one question by Dr. Rashmi.
Yeah.
Most of the time, the kingdom is easy to guess, but sometimes all three come so strongly. For
Yes.
example, in a child, compassion, likes building games like Lego, aptitude for maths and jealousy, anger, company aversion to. All three were coming up so strongly, it becomes difficult to deal with.
Correct. We have seen that also in all these cases. That we moved kingdoms also, not only the remedies, but we moved kingdoms. So we understood what today we understood from this what structure is. This female looks like, wavery kind of female. So we may think she's sensitive and she may be a plant. But actually she has to do with everything must be in order, she must be safe. So safe and all is also structure. So we learn about mineral kingdom also something new every day, so like that. And about sensitivity, don't reactivity, we saw in that case how it was reacting, he was reactive every time I looked, no, the man not MOSCHATA case, every time I spoke to him in office he'd be looking like this. So I almost thought, is he a snake? Because he constantly looking, somebody looking over my shoulder, checking out, suspicious. But he was just seeing if somebody, you know, hears and laughs at him. So you have to get into the depth of why he is like that. And he was also all the time coming to us. And his wife will say, wife is also a patient. So we'll say, how is he doing? Oh, he's sleeping. I said, but he told me not. No, doctor, he's sleeping. He's much, much better. So she'll say, much, much better. He'll say, yeah, I'm little better. But But that paralysis is so old, we'll do it later. Na? Right now, finish your thing, get your confidence back, do your work. That's what we want right now. No, he wants something else. No? So we'll see.
One question. Any book or chart to see this concurrency between the remedies in the kingdoms?
Now you have to learn that. Of course, there are many books, but it's not yet come out about COVID. But we have to keep learning. All the charts now, we have all the 3 charts you have seen. Na? I showed you all the charts. So now we know that the sixth subclass is the same as the sixth row of mineral kingdom, which is also similar to the predator type in the animal kingdom. So here are 3 kingdom charts. So we can compare them and study them, and then finally they're bringing out books. Manish can be writing one book after another. So it's an evolving system. We have to learn it. But we get some idea about it by keeping on studying. And it gets clearer and clearer slowly. Yes?
Lots of appreciation about the new learning, very informative, and thanks.
Okay. Anything else our own group EB wants to say?
Please publish these charts in the NJH. Somebody, Dr. Garge has requested.
Yes. You could have taken a photograph now and print it out. That's what we do. We take photographs and send it to the printer and say laminate it and make it for us.
Dr. Punita is asking, could you please share the chart information?
Chart?
Information.
I can give you the chart again. Here. Not a very clear chart. I can put a better picture. All of you in our Telegram group and join us there. I can put the charts in the Telegram group. You can take photo and then print it out. Okay, so you've seen this mineral thing. Mineral chart is the same, except that he has added, Vaishnavi has added this, which is very useful.
Dr. Suraya shares that she can see similarities with two cases she's treating currently with lac leoninum and nux moschata.
Very good. So can she describe the case?
Dr. Suraya, would you like to unmute and talk about it? Dr. Suraya, Sheikh, would you like to unmute and talk about those two cases?
Hello, yes. Thank you for the opportunity to share the cases. Hello, am I
Yes,
audible?
please. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, ma'am.
Yes, the case of nux moschata, I am treating her for PCOD. And I had given her another remedy, lacanine, to start with, but after a while it was not helping her. So I retook her case. And she described how after her marriage, her whole mental state had changed a lot because her in-laws were always troubling her. And the key words which I got was that they are always coming with something new, and I had never seen such people in my life because my family was very simple-minded. So she said it was weird, I couldn't understand, I was lost. And these words led me to nux moschata, basically, apart from other things in the case. And after a couple of doses, she said her mental state is back to her old self, and again she came back to a very phosphorus-like condition, which she says was her original state of mind. And I continued with phosphorus for a while. It was not helping her because the whole picture seemed to have changed. And again I retook her case because I was not going anywhere. And she said, now my in-laws are behaving very well with me. I'm doing my job at home. I'm working from home. And they even get breakfast for me if I have missed my breakfast. So I said, what is your reaction? Again, she says, it is so weird that they are behaving like this with me. And again, I could confirm the same remedy, although it was not prominent after that dose. Again, I gave the same remedy and it is working for her very well now. Probably she needed some other remedies in between, but her remedy continues to be nux moschata and she's doing well with that.
So there's no need to change it. She's not fully gone back. You think she has gone back, but only partially, because she's not accepting yet of, she still thinks people can harm her and she's not yet fully in this world. So it looks.
Yes, I had expected that she will say that they are only, I am angry with them, why are they doing this? But her reaction.
डैडी और मैंने लिया कि तुमने लिया?
Hello, somebody.
Hello, please
Yeah,
mute.
somebody needs.
Please mute.
People have some
Please mute.
manners. Don't talk in between.
Can you make out who it is, please?
Yeah, I will do it.
Anybody else wants to share?
I would like to share a case, Dr. Vishpala, if possible.
Yeah.
So this is a case that I have been treating. She sounds a lot like the beryllium patient that you had mentioned, having these fears, having these anxieties, constantly worried what other people will think of her. And though the little bit that seems to be different is she's having a lot of physical dysmorphia. So she keeps having these feelings that there is something wrong with her eyes, that she has these swellings under her eyes. Every time she visits me, she keeps asking me, doctor, can you check my eyes? Does it look normal to you? Yesterday my friend said I was not looking so good, and I was quite sure my eyes were swollen again. And every time I see her, she looks exactly the same. There is no difference at all. But this anxiety about it is so high. I have tried many remedies, including flower remedies with her, but it doesn't seem to be really coming close.
But you have to look
It
at
sounds
ugly she feels, rubric, So Hura, lacanine, all these you have to look at whether she.
Okay, I had started giving her Tuja. She responded a little bit to the Tuja, but then after that she stopped responding to that.
So you have to look at, because beryllium is just one safety and security. They are not concerned so much about the looks. So maybe not beryllium. Yeah. So you
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Anything else? So all of you are active on Telegram. Please, we give every Tuesday one lovely case. And just because this we are now doing once a month, but Tuesdays we do every week. The issue also comes out with many good cases every month. So a lot of activities happening, but where you can interact is the best. So with Telegram, you can interact right, and when you interact, you learn more because you see where your thinking is going and how you can correct it, right? Okay, anybody else has any comments? My team? Can I stop sharing?
Yeah. So that way, we don't really decide on the kingdom, but
Yeah.
there are sometimes plant will follow animal or animal follows netramute, sepia follow each other.
Yeah.
So,
and those are also good. See how we came to arsenic from materia medica, not really from the chart,
yeah,
right? So, and pulsatilla silicea, they say that patients really change and they become like silicea to chloric acid, become hot and they
yes.
become different. And that is when you have to change. So,
Yeah, so maybe they require both, right?
yes, so we have to
Sometimes,
not always, this not always
huh.
kingdom. This is one more method, which has
Yeah,
helped
of
us.
course. But it's a nice method and very well explained. Thank you.
Thank you, Rashmi.
Yeah.
I would like to share one, if you don't mind, Dr. Vishpala.
Please, Rama.
This just today, actually, I'm talking to a patient who suddenly had a bout of a very high BP, was almost swooned and had a lot of breathlessness, no palpitation, she said, no chest pain. And she gave a very unusual concomitant of her old piles pain. And a lot of sensitivity that she was talking about, a lot of fears. So this seemed to be a plant. And I was trying to figure out which kingdom. Then I said, let me go from the materia medica knowledge, because there are three prominent remedies that have heart remedies in the plant. All of them seem to be the Liliales family, Convallaria, Collinsonia, and Lilium tigrinum. And Collinsonia seemed to fit beautifully, including her cases of history of sinusitis, piles pain during menses, piles pain with heart. So I've just sent her Convallaria 200. I'm waiting now.
Very good. Very good.
So this is that reverse way, going from materia medica, then going into the plant.
Yeah. So, but it happens all the time. So you may think of simicifuga and then say, is it fitting, the plant?
Yes. Why did it come up?
And then you can, if you can explain it through that, then you can be sure of the result. When we come to remedies just like that, because of say simicifuga, because of the cervical spondylosis, and just then this thing is not as if you explore the kingdom of the plant and see where it fits and see if the miasm fits and then give it, then you will get 100% result. And 100% results are really amazing, but they are very difficult to get. If we get once a week also, we are very happy, okay?
Right.
I think Vishpala, that way best thing is to have a chart where we have a corresponding medicine.
Yeah.
So what we said, we are in the initial stages, but that would be the best thing to happen if anybody can do it.
Yes. So I'm going to start our CMEs now here, and let us see how it happens. Okay. And I want to just tell you my own thing of how quickly homeopathy works. It's very strange. I have some problem with the leg and all that. So I've been having edema in the feet and the leg for a long time. I can even share the photograph with you. It is quite amazing. So I will see if I can do that. So So ordinary medicine, huh? We've been doing a lot of esoteric medicines, and then this swelling is not going at all. It pits so hard on one. So till yesterday morning, it was pitting so hard, and then I said, I phoned my surgeon and said, when am I going to be able to walk? So he said, just take a painkiller and you'll walk and you can drive. I said, I cannot walk, how can I drive? I have to lift my leg. So he said, and then I thought to myself, it's just a painkiller. I've taken so many painkillers, I mean homeopathic, I don't take any allopathic painkiller. So, I took, which they say if nothing responds, you should take Belispair. From 1 month, I've been dreaming of Belispair. I took it yesterday at 4 o'clock. By morning, when I got up, there was no edema. No edema. Period. I wish I can share it. I'll share it. It is unimaginable that anything can, work like that. Anyway, I'll try, but I don't know if it's going to happen. So we have only about 5 minutes. If I do that in 5 minutes, I'll do it.
So any more question answers are there?
Yeah, that's what. Any more questions?
Somebody has asked you which pharmaceutical company manufacturer supplies you take it as reliable stock of remedies
Which
in
remedy?
as potency. Whatever remedies you described.
So I buy mostly from Roy, and okay, you'll have to just take my word for it. I'm not very good at quick under pressure work. Okay. So yeah, I have bought a lot of remedies from St. George's. I bought a lot of remedies from Roy. I buy a lot of remedies from Rajesh Baheti in Pune, and so on. And then, of course, a lot of my friends help me when I don't have a remedy. So we have a group. So somebody or the other has a remedy. So that's good. Okay. So we'll say thank you